Part 5, Fitting Finales. It's easy enough, really. It's easy enough for me to imagine one day I'll be lying there on my deathbed, be it mattress, blanket and sheets, or gutter and yesterday's garbage, institutionalised floorboards or public sidewalk, bloodied on the green grass of some foreign field, washed up on the shores of Lake Erie, dangling from a necktie in some hotel closet, or in a perfectly white room, riddled with plastic tubing, attended by unfamiliar white-coated professional phantoms, or utterly alone, with only my soiled underwear for company, gasping for breath, a wizened, withered, shrunken old sod, barely able to speak even to myself, or to think anything other than this feeling that I've been wrong all the time. I've been wrong all the time. I've lived a life unwell lived, not loving enough, not loved enough, too critical, not critical enough, too selfish, too willfully detached from all the things that truly mattered, a life unshared with living in general. Too lazy, too busy pondering my own existence to ever fully embrace another's. Now drowning in a nightmare of my own making, in this world so willing and able to carry on without me to a purpose I'd simply failed to grapple with, begging forgiveness from a God I refuse to believe in, helpless, hopeless, teary-eyed, humorless. My life, not even a good joke, nothing funny about it at all, no wry, witty retorts, no audience to amuse, with only the end in sight, paying the final installment on my mortgaged existence, a futile flicker of a man who so rarely cared if anyone else lived or died, so long as it didn't interfere with my own meanderings through my own journey to a destination that was already there as soon as I was born. I died at that moment. This moment no more, no less momentous. No new mountains climbed, no new treasures discovered. And where's the light at the end of the tunnel to lead me to a heaven I refuse to believe in? Just a pile of garbage to be picked up in no morning tide. And only now do I need to love so badly. I'd accept tenderness from anyone who cared to offer it, to a man who so rarely cared to offer it to anyone but himself. I should have been more careful of the truth. If only I'd known what the truth was, not what I suspected it wasn't, not what I thought I knew it wasn't, not what I preferred it shouldn't be, and now I know what it is. And it's too late to do anything about it. I should have believed. I should have believed in something other than my own doubts about everything. I used to lie awake sometimes as a kid. In the middle of the night, couldn't sleep, sheets pulled over my head, so if any monsters turned up, they wouldn't know I was there. I got them fooled. And I'd be trying to wrap my childish brain around the utterly inconceivable but apparently irrefutable fact that one day I just wouldn't be here anymore. And the sheer unfathomability of this notion would send my head spinning into the abyss. I'd be falling down the big black hole, the bottomless pit. I'd have to sit up quick, turn the light on, check out my time machine so I'd know exactly how long I had to survive eternal emptiness before my mum made breakfast. I'd be back on terra firma. I could hold on to my bowl of cornflakes for dear life, and my deadlines, because I'd be at school, 9 o'clock, first bell. English history, double period. Rugby practice after school, big match on Saturday. It would be more than my life was worth to miss it. Official sanction to hold on to somebody else. Because you have to hold on to somebody or something, even if it's just your penis, which of course I did, grounded me into manhood, the rock of my church. I spent many happy hours worshipping either the Virgin Mary or the Whore of Babylon. It made no fucking difference to my penis, so long as my penis was in good working order. I always felt I had something to look forward to. As soon as you have to let go of your penis, does the bottomless pit await. I fell into a rapids once. I was hiking through the Grand Tetons in Wyoming, and I tried to shimmy across this log, slipped, lost my balance, and I fell into the rapids, and I was swept down the mountain. At one point, I grabbed hold of a rock, a real rock, because at this point my penis seemed absolutely irrelevant, and I'm clinging to this rock for dear life. But with the force of the water on the back of my neck, I couldn't get my head to the surface. I knew I was going to have to let go or drown. So I let go. And I must have been tossed and tumbled at least half a mile down that mountain before I was washed to the side into the still pool. And I bobbed up for air. It was like the opening of Moby Dick without the flotsam and jetsam. Call me Ishmael. Call me Ishmael. It was like I'd been born again. I had survived the great white waters and lived to tell the tale of this guy who fell into a rapids in the Grand Tetons. But unlike Captain Ahab, as I tossed and tumbled down that mountain towards my date with destiny, I felt no lust for vengeance, no anger, no blame, no shame, no remorse, not even any fear. I seem to remember I was a bit too busy composing my obituary to conjugate any struggle. Body found in Wyoming foothills, identified as English immigrant of no fixed abode, left no significant mark on this world, but according to his family back in Yorkshire, he wasn't a bad lad. Did very well on his A-levels. Put that on my epitaph. Before he drowned, he had no doubt that what was meant to be was simply meant to be. And when I bobbed up for air, my lungs refilling with oxygen, for one perfect moment the world seemed such a refreshingly radiant, miraculous, and merciful place. I felt like I was in a state of grace. Yea, not like, but is, was in a state of grace. I felt like the Holy Ghost was in me and all around me, the indiscriminate sanctity of being. I always liked the Holy Ghost. Even as a kid, I could readily welcome it into my psyche, the Holy Ghost. I could fathom its recipe for eternal peace. The Father and the Son were always a little more problematic. I couldn't help wondering what happened to the mother and the daughter, me mum and me sister, not to mention me uncles and aunties and cousins and friends. I mean, you put a particular face on omnipotence. It can rapidly lose its potency. You might soon find yourself drowning in role models who are simply playing a part in it. Whatever it is, it's bigger than all your cultural icons put together, the Holy Ghost. Especially when you're lying on your little National Health Hospital cot in Ward B2, wondering what happened to your false teeth, because you really wanted to go out with a smile on your face. Did I do enough? Did I do too much? Did I do anything at all, really? I mean, what the fuck was all that about? Will anybody miss me when I'm gone? Will anybody remember me when I'm gone? Will I remember me when I'm gone, when I'm not myself anymore? Who will I be? Who am I becomes who was I? And who the hell was everybody else? And where the heaven's everybody else when you really need them? And who need them if we're all just sinking into the same sunset? Is there really one final a la carte moment of self-consciousness before I blend back into the universal soup du jour? If there is, I'd better make it a good one, or else what? Can I possibly fathom this before I die? Not much time left before I'm off the clock forever. Where's a good fucking time machine when you need one? Where's Rupert Murdoch when you need him for unlimited press play? Playtime's over. It's time for Simon Cowell to get serious. Is he smiling? Did I do good? Will I get a call back? Could make or break my career as a corpse. Becoming a zombie on primetime television. Death's got talent too. But I'm not ready for me close-up yet, Mr. DeMille. I've got stuff to take care of. I didn't do me daddy. Nobody will know what the weather was like this morning. I should have left a more significant mark on history. Whose history? My history? Your history? What's history if not the chronicle of human salvage? What's to gain if nobody profits by it? Where's a good prophet when you need one? Am I leaving this world a better place? Is the world taking me to a better place? Ask not what the world can do for you, but what you can do for the world. Not very much if I'm dead, but I'm not dead yet, so quick, get me a priest, get me a rabbi or an imam, somebody, anybody who can give me a clearer handle on departing meaningfulness. I like the Virgin I like the 40 Virgin, give me the 40, in which case I'll leave my penis back. Do they have penises in eternity? What good is 40 vaginas if you don't have a penis just to tuck me up at night? 40 beautiful young maidens gazing lovingly over me flotsam and jetsam, singing me lullabies and cheerfully changing me diaper forever. I like that. I'll go for that. I'll go for anything if it's not going to scare me to death. Just go with the flow, man. Who said that? I said that. Who the fuck are you? I am the flow, men. Can't you feel me flowing? Not with this fucking catheter stuck on me private part. I need to break wind. Hey, if it's not broken, why fix it? Just try and catch it. Let's face it, dying is contagious, so is life. We've all been exposed, and there ain't no vaccination gonna make you any better than you really are. When your immune system is not so much fucked up as finally irrelevant. Your race is run, the music's over, and all that's left is a train wreck. Some soon-to-be anonymous, utterly evacuated old geezer carcass that once was me, lying on me hospital cot in Ward B2, terminally trying to configure the final mise-en-scene, some Disneyland Technicolor happy ending triumph of well-scrubbed good over unwashed evil. Just not some psycho serial killer surviving for a sequel, or some ambiguous art house after-dinner conversation-provoking anti-finale. Because nobody's coming over for dinner ever again. Whoops, whoops. You blinked. You missed it. The colour's all gone. Just your black and white credits rapidly dissolving into grey. Everybody else has left the theatre. But you're not going to leave till you've seen your name up in lights, and there it is. There it is, produced, directed, written by and starring William Henry Bellwood. That's me. I made that movie. Who are you talking to, Dad? I'm talking to Martin Scorsese. I'm talking to Simon Cowell. I'm talking to God. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to your mum. But my mum's not here, Dad. She's back at the house watching cartoons on television. How's she doing? Well, she's not dead yet. That's good. I'm glad somebody's still alive. Then suddenly the screen goes blank. And the lights come up. Maybe the lights don't come up. Maybe you remain in the darkness forever. But you have to imagine it doesn't matter anymore. Light and dark, black and white, left and right, up and down, here and there, war and peace, sport and politics, sex and religion, hitting or missing your mark. You have mastered that particular medium. It's time to move on. Try something new for a change. Switch channels. I shall now attempt to communicate absolutely everything using absolutely nothing. That should be a challenge. Maybe I can still ruffle a few feathers, even without having to break wind. Give people something to shiver about. Somebody just walked over my grave. But you're not in a grave, Dad. You weren't buried down. You were burned up. Ashes and smoke. Poof. Abracadabra. Now you see me. Now you don't. Magic. Real magic. No trickery involved. If you want to squeeze a soccer ball into a Capri wafer, first you have to let all the air out. A hell of a show, ladies and gentlemen. One hell of a show. This man has been where no other man has been before, not without dying or not being born in the process. This man has achieved the impossible, which wasn't possible while he was alive. He's dead, but he did good. He did okay. I have to believe that. Because if it wasn't for me, Dad, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'd be somewhere else. I'd be somebody else, at the mercy of somebody else's imagination. Maybe a cockroach. No imagination whatsoever, but survival instinct intact. No matter how many times I get exterminated. A Hindi untouchable. Hey, it could be worse, it could be a cockroach. The leader of the free world. In which case, if I can't imagine peace, I can make sure a lot of other people can't imagine it either. A Buddhist monk meditating on top of a mountain, unfanatically focused on keeping the world untipped, balanced in everybody's favour. Or a hermit crab, nestling at the farthest shores of creation, witnessing this planet Earth, a vast and infinitely radiant conduit of mercifully indescribable loveliness. You did good, Dad. You did your best. No other Bill Bellwood could have done any better, and I know eventually I'm going to have to follow in your footsteps. Different feats, but same final step. When the party's over, and it's time for this particular mask to come off.